Pecuniary loss, enough for all, conscience. If it were possible to express in figures the direct pecuniary loss which society suffers from the social maladjustments which condemn large classes to poverty and vice, the estimate would be appalling. England maintains over 1 million paupers on official charity. The city of New York alone spends over $7 million a year in a similar way. But what is spent from public funds, what is spent by charitable societies, and what is spent in individual charity would, if aggregated, be but the first and smallest item in the account. The potential earnings of the labor thus going to waste. The cost of this reckless, improvident, and idle habits thus generated, the pecuniary loss, to consider nothing more, suggested by the appalling statistics of mortality, and especially infant mortality, among the poorer classes, the waste indicated by the gin palaces or the low groggeries, which increase as poverty deepens, the damage done by the vermin of society that are bred of poverty and destitution, the thieves, beggars, and tramps, the cost of guarding society against them, are all items in the sum which the present unjust and unequal distribution of wealth takes from the aggregate which, with present means of production, society might enjoy. This is taken from Progress and Poverty by Henry George. Enough for all. I believe that in a really Christian community, in a society that honored, not with the lips, but with the act, the doctrines of Jesus, no one would have occasion to worry about physical needs any more than the lilies of the field. There is enough and to spare. The trouble is that in this mad struggle, we trample in the mire which has been provided in sufficiency for us all. Trample it in the mire while we tear and rend each other. The Crime of Poverty by Henry George. Conscience. Whose fault is it that social conditions are such that men have to make that terrible choice between what conscience tells them is right and the necessity of earning a living? I hold that it is the fault of the society, that it is the fault of all of us. Pestilence is a curse. The man who would bring cholera to this country was a man who, having the power to prevent its coming here, would make no effort to do so, would be guilty of a crime. Poverty is worse than cholera. Poverty kills more people than pestilence, even in the best of times. Look at the death statistics of our cities. See where the deaths come quickest. See where it is that the little children die like flies. It is in the poorest quarters. And the man who looks with careless eyes upon the ravages of this pestilence, the man who does not set himself to stay and eradicate it, he, I say, is guilty of a crime. Taken from The Crime of Poverty by Henry George. For more on this subject, please subscribe to our flagship course, Nature of Society, whose link is in the description or profile.